Plus, it's a Jurasicc world. We just live in it, while the blockbuster just stomped its way into history. And how the original summer blockbuster Jaws may be playing out on a beach near you. Plus, Jurasicc and Jennifer Beals talk about teaming up to find proof about life's biggest mystery.
Suppose I actually find evidence that definitively proves to a scientific certainty
that this is all there is. You only live once.
And one of them has a surprise that's gonna make Raven lose it. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez, Raven-Symoné, and today Michelle Collins hits the co-host chair. It all starts now.
To The View, y'all. Welcome to The View. Woo. Hey now, we have a lot of hot topics to get to, but we have to start with Rachel Dolezal. She's the leader of the Spokane, Washington NAACP. She's under fire right now for posing as a black woman. Here's what she said when she was confronted by a reporter.
Okay. I was wondering if your dad really is an African-American man.
that's a very, I mean, I don't know what you're implying.
Are you African American?
I don't understand the question of, I did tell you that, yes, that's my dad. And he was unable to come in January.
Are your parents, are they white?
Alicia, back.
Yeah.
Back, Alicia.
Now, she was just outed, first outed by her white parents and then by her black adopted brothers, and they spoke out too, claiming she asked them not to blow her cover. And folks are kind of trying to figure out what this is all about. Why?
I don't understand, because the NAACP welcomes all nationalities and races to help promote African Americans here, and also I understand that she was lying about it, but what I'm saying, there was no need for her to lie to work on behalf of the NAACP.
But I think
so. That's what I'm saying.
What she was saying too is that she has different races inside of her, mingling and melding. Everybody's from Africa. Pretty much.
Right,
you know, I talked about this later. People got mad at me because I couldn't remember continent and you know, state or whatever. But thank you. See, I don't remember it now. But everybody has some type of African blood inside of them. And what makes a black person? Just your skin?
Hold on a minute. When you look at pictures of her, because she actually, her first marriage was to an African-American guy, she is whiter and blonder than Nicole. She is so white in those pictures. And it's like, I know what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I did a DNA test. I didn't have any blood coming back from Africa, which bothered me, because I like to also feel connected to my black friends. And I mean, also, if I would have known that I could go black, I mean, think of how thin I would look black, Nicole. That's an immediate 15 pounds off right there. Okay?
I don't know why everyone's picking on me. Can I just say, though, the reaction from African-American commentators has been harsh. I mean, are you mad at her?
I'm not, listen, I'm not mad at anybody. Look, if she, just like people say, I feel like I'm a man, I feel like I'm a woman, I feel like I'm this, she feels like a black woman. She wants to be a black woman, fine. Everything that comes with that, she is prepared for, okay? Okay? Because you don't see a lot of people, you know,
my husband says that about being Jewish. He's Jewish, and he's like, you want to convert? Come on in.
Yeah, but being a Jew is very easy. Like, you can, there's nothing easier than Jewish.
Don't tell my husband that, because I don't.
But can I just
read? So Jonathan Capehart, who's a columnist for the Washington Post, African-American, said this about her: blackface remains highly racist, no matter how down with the cause a white person is. And Terry McMillan said, I wonder what race Rachel would become if she got stopped by the police. That's brutal.
That's smart, though.
She's not in blackface.
Wait.
She got a tan.
I'm sorry, she's tan. I'm sorry, half the audience would be disappeared if that was an issue.
And she also,
okay?
yes, but she also changed. She also changed the texture of her hair, and I found that very interesting because I used to go to the salon, hair salon in Park Slope, and one of the hair stylists changed her very, very bone straight hair, she was white, into an afro, and everybody was saying, why do you want to do that? As if that was a bad thing.
She didn't try to run a black organization and say that her father was black when he was white.
Wait a minute. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that the fact that she lied is a problem to begin with, and the fact I also don't think you can be transracial. I mean, I wore Tommy Hilfiger in the 8th grade too, and I'm not sitting up here. Thank you, ma'am.
But I'm just saying that there's a lot of people who I kind of agree with Whoopi, and I kind of agree with you. And what I'm trying to say is that if you want to change your hair, whether it's straight or curly, that's fine. Of course. And I don't think that that's an issue. I think it's a bigger issue that she was trying to pass, you know, but it's okay.
Go ahead.
Mean, you know.
Black women straighten their hair every day.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Black women do it all the time. And what do we say to them? Oh, you look cute, girl. You got your hair did, blah, blah, blah.
You get a
white
weave.
women can't do the same thing?
As part of a costume almost, to pretend she's a different race.
Getting at is that she didn't own it. She was living a lie. I mean, what we're all talking about is owning it. She wasn't owning it.
She did own it. She absolutely owned it. I'm sorry. No, her parents came out and said, oh my God, that's my daughter. They've known, by the way, that she was the head of the Spokane NAACP for quite some time. So my question is, why now? What happened there? But wait, we don't usually see people trying to pass for black. Okay, we see a lot of people, we just don't. I mean, true, I mean, maybe it's happened other times. You guys have those pictures? There was a movie called Black Like Me where, that's me, actually.
You look like Val Kilmer.
Well, actually, that's me. Yes, that's me in The Associate.
Wow.
Right.
I'm passing as a white guy because it's an easier way to get to where this character wanted to get to. There's a movie called Black Like Me, based on a book where a man changed his skin color to see what it was like to live as a black man. You know, I feel like if you are willing to say, yes, this is who I am, which is what she did for the longest until they busted.
I always want to be Asian. That's my dream, is to be an Asian woman. I can't be Asian. You know, I always say it's to get a Jewish husband, Nicole, but that's a separate conversation.
But you could live, if you feel like an Asian woman, you can live the same cultural practices that an Asian woman lives. And I hate to be stereotypical.
If I went to Japan, they would flee from me because I'm 6 feet tall.
Ortiz is experts.
And I just want to say, please, and don't jump on me for this, please. I think that another part that people had a problem with her by passing is also that she was speaking to a lot of young black youth and telling them, I know how you feel. I've been through blah, blah, blah. She doesn't know. You can't know. She can want to be part of the culture. She can want to claim that she's black.
As far as I'm concerned, if she wants to be black, she can be black.
That's fine, but you still do not fully understand what it means to be colored in this country.
Well, she does, and I'm sorry, but she's been passing as this woman for over 5 years. If this bitch don't know by now what it's like, she's never gonna know. She's never gonna know. But wait.
On the cover, Vanity Fair too, because I think if we're going to celebrate feeling like trans, you should celebrate.
Now, that was just me saying maybe that's what she was thinking. I don't know why she did it, but I'm thinking maybe she felt like that.
A lot of people say, you know, is it the same as Caitlyn Jenner?
You know what this talks about too? If it's okay to use certain words within other cultures, like Tom Hanks' son, and using that word, and it's okay, ma'am.
I agree with you. Whoever said that.
Switching cultures. What are you allowed to say when she's in there? Does she use that word regularly? Like, what's the moment?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, so let's not put that on her, because we don't know if she walked around saying the word you don't want to hear. But you know, that word means nothing to me. Nothing. You can't stop me with that word. You can't. That word does nothing but make me chuckle. But how about this? Selma director Anna DuVernay. Ava DuVernay. My bad. Sorry.
Pronunciation.
I'm sorry. What is that? That said Anna. Oh my God. It's not Anna. It's Ava, y'all. Just letting you know. Ava DuVernay gave a man a lesson in race relations after she confronted him for touching her hair. The guy asked her, "Is this racial?" And her tweet says it all. Moral: don't touch anyone uninvited, especially not this black woman's hair. Why would somebody just walk up and touch your hair?
Because people are animals, genuinely.
Oh my
People
God.
are, that's the moral of the day. People are animals. Why would you do that? Only an animal would do that.
I do not like when people touch my hair, especially men when at a club or at an event, because they go to the bathroom. You don't know if they wash their hands or not. I'm dead up. But the thing is that it's my culture. You know, for a lot of Puerto Rican women, not all, so relax. Our hair is very, very important to us, and I don't like anybody coming to touch my hair, right, Nicole?
Right. I touched her hair. Somebody else did, though, too, and I started laughing. My head hit the table. She said, "Don't touch my hair."
Is my cousin Sixel's the same way? If you touch his hair, he's ready to fight you.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't care if you could pet me like a dog. It doesn't bother me. But when you're pregnant, everybody touches your stomach. Right. And I remember, like, if it's too soon, it's sort of like, how were they sure I was pregnant?
I was gonna say,
and then if it's really late and the baby kicks back, then they think they can have a whole thing. You know, like when you're pregnant, everyone touches your stomach, and it's just, you're like, get your hands off me.
And as I wrote in my book, as you read, when, you know, my hair is naturally curly, and I've worn it out in public many times. You know, all this stuff, and you know, when I was a little girl, it used to really bother me as if my hair was a novelty item. And they were like, "Ooh, can I touch your hair?" As if I was lost in space. And it really did bother me.
Right.
And so that part of it is, I think that's
touching,
what that director is referring to.
Yeah,
I cut my hair for that reason. I cut my hair because people would, that's how they'd stop me.
Touch your hair?
Well, because my hair used to be very, very, very long.
Yeah.
And people would, they'd want to say something, and I'd get past them, and people would just grab me, but so it'd be like that. And I was like, it's attached to my head.
Yeah.
And
People
B,
are crazy.
you shouldn't do it, because if it's not attached, then I have to beat you up. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
How young is too young to plug kids into technology? What experts are saying that may shock parents. Next.
Continuing for the two prisoners who escaped the New York prison. But the prison worker who helped them escape has been arrested. And supposedly, Joyce Mitchell planned to drive the getaway car. Maybe she was involved in a plot to knock off her husband with these guys, but then she realized she loved him, and so she got cold feet. Who knows where this story is going to end? This is like, it's kind of crazy. Who would have thought?
Well, who would have thought? It's like, I just want to give you some facts here. Hundreds of consensual relationships between guards and inmates are documented each year in U.S. prison. And any sexual contact between an inmate and a correctional officer is illegal. It's deemed statutory rape because the officer is the one in power. But here's the real clincher. More than half of all incidents of staff sexual misconduct in U.S. prisons are committed by female staff members.
How do they get away with it? I mean, is there no one policing the police? Yeah, like where do they, first of all, where do these guys, my question is, how do they drill through all that metal?
I thought you said, how did they drill her? How did they drill her?
Can you imagine? Cut to black. We're taking up the air.
That's the question.
Yeah, you went straight from statutory rape to drill.
Oh my God. Well, I'm very sick-minded. But how do these guys escape without anyone catching them? And then the other question is, how are these people having sex? I mean, it sounds like a big, just
you guys,
pornography.
I broke it down the first day. The detective said he was well endowed.
Yes.
So does that mean if she was over there, he could unspool everything?
I mean, if you're a police officer in the jail system.
Now remember, she's not a police officer. She's not a corrections officer. She's an employee.
She's an employee. She's a staff member.
Because she worked there as someone in a, what is it when they're for good behavior?
In the job training program.
Job training.
Even still, I'm sorry to
that's
name
all right.
you,
Go ahead.
but you're working with someone every day, morning, noon, and night. I'm not surprised that these things are happening in the sense of sexual relations between inmates and people. If that happens, or when it happens, because it happens a lot. And you are, it's like being at work. Like, you grow that.
Yeah, but they're murderers.
They are, and they're on the
They're still human. They're still human. They still need needs.
No, they
still have needs.
They weren't just like baby criminals. They dismembered their
That doesn't
victims.
mean that their sexual life should be gone.
The most confusing thing for me about the story is this woman, if we can bring up maybe a picture of her, and this is not nice to say, but she's married, she's having relations. My friend with this guy with the big situation downstairs, my friend Jenny Pham has an idea for a website called This Bitch Got a Man? And this woman would be first, thank you. This woman would be first on that list. How am I single and this bitch got a man? Not one, two. I'm like, Whoopi, what am I doing wrong?
I guess you're not with the well-endowed.
So true.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you think that this correction lady has had a stressful evening, you haven't talked to Rosie Perez. Now, Rosie Perez had a very stressful evening of television last night, and it all revolved around game.
Yes, yes. First of all, before I want to say congratulations to all the inductees at the International Boxing Hall of Fame up in Canastota, New York. Congratulations, Jim Lampley, Prince Nassim, and all of you. So my weekend started out great, and then I turned on the Warriors versus the Cavs.
That's right.
I was having an anxiety attack.
It was a stressful game. I felt the same way.
It was a great game because you're watching the best play against the best, and I was on the edge of my seat, and then, you know, Stephen Curry came out and blew it out. Yes, I know his name is Stephen. I like to call him Stefan, okay? And you know, and he blew it out, but I was just like this, and then...
It was a stressful game for some reason. I couldn't enjoy it, and my family's like, please stop wearing that Cavs shirt. They're all from the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm like the scourge of the town now.
Yes,
but
you are.
I was very happy the Warriors won, but I did not... It was a stressful game. I was stressed, too.
Yeah,
because
everybody thought it was a done deal.
Yeah.
And as I said,
I know.
it ain't over till it's over.
Yeah.
Till it's over. But what else got you, baby?
But then you piled stress on top of that.
So I'm already a nervous wreck, and then Game of Thrones comes on.
Oh my God.
Honey, Lord, help me. Oh my gosh.
There's nobody left. There's nobody left, but this show is just color bars.
Don't mess it. You know, I've not seen one episode. Do not miss it. I'm binge watching
one episode of the whole show.
I'm binge watching it when it's finished.
You know what? That's not fair. I don't like when people binge watch. Then they're going, I'm in episode 3 of season 1. Don't spoil anything for me. I'm like, no, I can't.
Well, just know that this is not unusual, because there was a point in one of the other seasons where a family went to a wedding.
Yeah, the red wedding.
I'm telling you, I was like this. What the hell? I mean, they stabbed the dog. They stabbed the lady. They stabbed the light case. They just killed pregnant people. They killed everybody. And you were just like this at the end of it.
You know, I was like that. True Detective was like that. Did you guys watch True Detective last year with Matthew McConaughey and Reed Hudson? I watched True Detective, and I literally needed a pill to sleep afterward. My husband's like, I'm cutting you off. You can't. I was so stressed, and I had to start watching it like earlier in the evening so I could come down afterwards.
That's why you need to get a pen. Anyway, you know, we'll be right back with more Hot Topic.
Is a real-life Jaws sequel happening on American beaches this summer? While the forecast is fierce. Next.
Candidate Lindsey Graham has been defending the fact that he's not married, saying if you're single, there's nothing wrong with you. But he would only be like the 3rd bachelor president in history. And some people are wondering, is this going to hurt his chances?
Why would it hurt his chances? Why is there an issue of him being married just because?
Everybody else was married, I guess. I don't know.
Who's going to be the first lady? He says that he's going to bring his sister in as the first lady. Now, I watch Game of Thrones, but I still think that's weird. I'll be honest. I don't think that's normal.
Well, no, what he said is he would have a, quote, rotating first lady. People would come in and out. Listen, I've known Lindsey Graham for a long time. Exactly. Works out fine here. He is one of the most fun politicians of either party in Washington. Everything he says on the campaign trail makes headlines. He's really loose, he's really fun, and I think that he's someone who, he would be a really fun president to watch for a host of reasons, the rotating first lady just being the least of them.
Who said bros before hoes? I mean, bro without a hoe?
Friend Mark Kirk, senator from Illinois,
a senator called a woman a hoe. Just, I put that out there.
Well, he was caught. He thought it was one of the issues. He thought his mic was off.
Talk about double standards. Musicians do that all the time.
I hate when they do that too. Have a better, higher standard and stop using names.
He was making a joke about his friend Lindsey Graham. He called him a
bro with no hoe. I kind of, you know, I wonder if people are skirting around the question. What do they really want to ask him? What is the question? Yeah. Do you want to know if he's gay? Is that what you're trying to imply? I mean, what does it matter if he's the right person to do the job? I don't care if he's got a dog, a woman, a horse, a brother, a cousin, another man. I don't care. Yeah. Can you do the job is all I give a poop about. I mean, I just hate when people don't ask a question. You know, just say what you mean. Ask him. And see, and
he's going to be here this week, so we can ask him.
Well, you know,
I don't care
if you want to. I'd rather know what he's going to do for the country. I don't care who is sleeping with that.
Right, no, but I mean, we can ask him what his campaign's about. Because I know a lot about him. I know, you know, he spent his whole career really at the front line of national security. His best friends in the Senate were Joe Lieberman and John McCain. They called themselves the Three Amigos. And they're really, really some of the best minds on national security. You might not agree with them, but they know their stuff. So,
all right.
You know.
Well, you know who else knows their stuff? Dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Dinosaurs ruled the planet this weekend. Jurassic Park crushed the global box office record. I mean, it's gone. 511 million worldwide. I can't wait to see it myself. But, you know, for me, it's another, you know, we've been talking a lot about race today, and I find this is very racial for me.
How?
Because the truth be told, black scientists would never, we would never create a dinosaur from dinosaur DNA because it's bigger than everything on the planet. So why would you create a park where people can go to look at the dinosaur? You see how people can't even just drive in the safari park. It's true. Okay? People get eaten in the safari. You can't, you know, why would you create? But see, black folks would never do that. That wouldn't be us. But that's, you know, but that goes along with this other thing. You know, there's been these crazy reports of shark bitings and shark attacks all over the place. It's happening in North Carolina. And it's also the 40th anniversary of Jaws.
Amazing
and
marketing.
I mean, these were serious attacks, yes. Serious attacks, you know, that may have been, you know, these kids are going to lose arms and legs because of this. But I don't understand why the mayor says, as he does in the movie, come on, it's okay.
Stay out of the water. Seriously. Stay out of the water. I could see her to swim in any water that I know there has been history of sharks in there, just in general.
I don't like the ocean in general. Like, I will go, if I take 2 steps in and, like, little fish are at my toes or any little thing. Minnows, like, even the word. The ocean scares me. It's dark, it's deep, and it's a mystery. I'm very scared of the ocean,
But you're from Miami.
I sure am, and look how white I am. I never laid out. It's true, I never tanned. Because I was, like, in the library reading. Like, I didn't go to the beach. I had no friends. Anyways. No, it's fine. The ocean really scares me, genuinely. I like a pool. I like going into a pool, you know, even if there's stuff floating in it, at least I know what it is. You know what I mean?
I'm actually with her. I agree.
You're not a get in the, let's go get in
I get into the ocean probably, like, to my knees, and because I almost drowned twice in the ocean. And so I felt like that was a sign.
That makes sense.
You know? I respect Mother Nature. I'm keeping my ass
What
out.
about you?
My son loves, like, the riptide, which is the thing that, you know, is so, he loves that feeling being pulled back. So I'm in the ocean all the time in Florida, and we were just on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and there were 2 great white shark sightings, and my husband goes out fishing on this little crappy boat, and he's like, I hope we see one. I'm like, yeah, I hope you don't. You know? But I think this breaks down along gender lines, too. Like, I'm very afraid of sharks, but, you know, there's my husband and my son out out there like with their binoculars looking for dangerous fish that kill. You know, like I don't want
women out there too, though. There's women out there too. I watched Shark Week on Discovery Channel. There's women out there.
Not this mom. I was inside with the binoculars looking for trouble. You know, if I saw anything, you know, get out of the water.
In Puerto Rico, there are beautiful beaches where you don't have to get in the water and have just the amount of fun. And yo soy boricua pa que tú lo sepas.
That's right. We'll be right back.
Next, women have finally caught up to Mad Men era dudes, but don't celebrate because it has nothing to do with fat paychecks. Next.
Welcome back. You know, many parents feel so guilty about giving their kids an iPad to keep them busy, but experts say that kids actually learn better from a tablet than they do from a book. So why is that a surprise to folks, you think?
Oh, I'm so relieved by this because I've been lying. I was like, yeah, I waited to leave his 6 months. I handed him that iPad the minute I got him home. And I was like, watch this, honey. Mommy has to go make something for you. I mean, yeah, there's so much guilt with being a mother these days. You know, you put your kid in front of the TV, you're a crappy mom. You had him the iPad, you're going to screw up his circuits. He did speak a little late, so maybe, I don't know. But I think that this is just evidence that the future's here, the future's now. If you're a good parent and everything's on balance and you're not handing them the iPad in replacement of socialization, you know, it doesn't replace things, but it's not like you're going to break your kid by giving him an iPad
Yeah, but don't you think iPads are replacing socialization? Like when you go out to dinner with people?
Parent, you have to make sure they don't.
But I don't have kids, so it's hard for me to speak. And I'm going to be the laziest
what you're about
parent.
To say. You don't have kids, so when you're in a restaurant, you don't know what it's like. You put that thing, it's like kryptonite, it's magic, they're silent, and you have your wine.
I have nieces who are very rambunctious, lovely girls. They're very, like, busy girls. For me, I feel like we're training kids. I think the wiring is messing people up because you just see everybody walking here, here, here. So now you're going to start them from before they're even a year old, already on an iPad. I think it's almost
When you have a kid, come back and we'll talk.
There's amazing apps.
I know, thanks.
No, go ahead.
There's amazing apps on the iPad for children's learning. There's ways to get it done. I think, you know, books are great and we should still use them. However, let's save some paper. We're learning a new way and it's going to help technology go a lot faster now that they're starting earlier. I love it.
What do you think kids should
You see this?
Oh, no.
This is my great-granddaughter with my phone. She is playing the game she loves. She is 16 months. She now is figuring things out. She knows if she does this, she has figured certain things out. The interesting thing for me about this is they learn different things sooner. The thing about a book is that you have to learn how to read. So if you don't know how to read, the book doesn't mean anything. But for them, they can now hear things happening while they're working it. And the idea is what she said. You don't go into the restaurant with your iPad. You sit with your kid and you play with your kid. And you do that and you teach them how to socialize. But I have to say, I've been on many an airplane. I'm very happy that I've been
for mothers like me, right?
Yeah. And you know, yesterday, I lurked around the Puerto Rican Day Parade here in New York City. It was fantastic. Once again, there's nothing better than the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I just had to.
It went right by my hotel. They have done amazing things for me, this hotel that I'm staying at. And every time I looked out the window, I saw a whole bunch of people for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Thank you, hotel, for giving me all my flowers and candy. It was a genius. And the traffic outside.
And I just want to shout out Rita Moreno. She was the Grand Marshal. Evie Queen was the godmother. Roselyn Sanchez, Queen of the Parade. It was fantastic.
You know, people never get off the floats. Rita got off the float. She was partying, honey.
She danced with the Cardinal.
Oh, yes, of course she did.
She danced with the Cardinal.
She's a queen, Rita Moreno. Moreno. Say it again. Moreno. Borincua. We'll be right back with the fabulous Jurasicc and the amazing Jennifer Beals, baby. Jennifer's back, and we got
Their new series, Proof, looks at the biggest mystery of our future. And Jennifer Beals and Jurasicc also have some blasts from the past. Next.
Beals are joining forces for the fascinating new series, Proof. Jennifer, I know, right? Jennifer stars as a doctor who is challenged to find the answers to life's biggest question. Take a look.
Suppose we really do this. Suppose I actually find evidence that definitively proves to a scientific certainty
That this is all there is? You only live once. YOLO, as they say. Or that there really is something more. Some kind of conscious life after this one.
Ooh, please welcome Jurasicc and Jennifer Beals. Hello. Looking amazing. All right.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. What a nice welcome.
Oh, yeah. This is the warm place.
Yes, this is a good place.
Yes.
So, Jennifer, Joe Morton from Scandal is also on the show, and you find, I'm sorry, how are you enjoying it, first of all?
Oh, my
I think you're nervous. Are you a little starstruck?
You don't even know.
I love it. Can I do it? I'm sorry, I'm like, I don't know. So, your character on the L Word brought me life, honey. Life. But in this show, you play the lead role in Proof.
There you
go. So tell us about the show, please. Sorry.
Well, it's an emotional drama that asks the question that we all have to ask ourselves at one point or another, and that is there life after death? It follows Dr. Carolyn Tyler, who's this skeptical, stubborn, brilliant surgeon, as she's grieving the death of her son. And she's approached by this tech billionaire played by Matthew Modine. Yay. And he asks her to investigate life after death because he himself is dying of a terminal illness, and he wants to know to a scientific certainty whether or not there's life after death.
Fascinating. And Kira,
Yeah.
my gorgeous sex kitten, you have to see this woman dance. On the dance floor, she tears it up. Tears it up.
Oh my God.
So now you're the executive producer of the show, and did you always want to be behind the camera?
You know, I've been producing for a long time, actually. I think I produced my first film when I was in the 90s, when I was in my 20s, late 20s. But after I left, after The Closer finished, I made a deal with TNT that I would bring them a certain amount of scripts. And I brought them a couple things, and it didn't quite work. And then this came along, and it was brilliant and amazing. And most importantly, it had an incredible leading role for a woman, you know, in her 40s. And for me, that was really a mandate, because I had been given this amazing gift of doing The Closer, which was such an incredible character for so many years. And I really wanted to, you know, kind of pay it forward.
So are you going to be on the show as well, or you're just going to stay behind?
No, I'm just behind the scenes with no makeup and really happy in my sweatpants.
Yeah, but I have different plans. I have different plans for you. Yes.
So, you know, I want to direct. I'll direct.
Yes, I didn't know if you wanted me to have it.
No, go ahead.
Kira, you said that you were looking forever for the lead, and Jennifer walks in.
Yeah.
The last person to be seen.
Right. Yeah, it was it was unbelievable, because it was 6 o'clock on Friday, and literally we already had pushed production. And it was just one of those moments where actor meets part meets moment, and she just went, "Oh, that's mine. Thank you very much." She just blew us all away.
Along those lines.
But what she's not telling you is that I got to read with her. And there is nobody like Jurasicc who can put the ball right over the plate, right? So it was really, really fun. I had such a great afternoon.
Two great actors. That's just the way it is. Two great actors. Always have been. Just saying. But so here's my question. Do you believe that there is life after?
Well, I'll tell you, Dr. Tyler doesn't believe at all.
No.
She thinks it's absurd.
But
for me, I am not so arrogant as to believe that I know everything. You know, and I have tremendous faith that there is something else. Even if we just look at the fact that energy can turn into matter and matter can become energy. So I don't know what it's going to be.
Right.
I'm hoping it's a nice surprise party that I don't want right now.
No.
But I do believe that there's something.
What about you, Kay?
I would agree. I mean, I think there's so much that we don't know in the world. There's I mean, if we're only using 10% of our brains, then we really don't know anything.
Right.
And I think if only in that you make an impact on the world around you, on the people around you, and having children, and even if you don't, just all the people that you touch and they move forward and are changed by you. I mean, that is undeniable.
Yes.
But the other, I do believe that something must happen. It can't just be this.
Yes.
Just can't be.
Can we just bring back L Word for 2 seconds? I worked with Eileen Shaken on Empire, and you had a wonderful cast and crew. I heard you learned a lot about the LGBT community while you were working on there, and they kind of changed your life?
Oh, completely. Like, well, I am really shy. I know it's hard to believe, but when I get with Kira, I get a little nuts. But I was really shy, and when I was working on the show, I was at a restaurant with my husband, and he kissed me in the restaurant, and I realized if we had been a gay couple, this would have been a very big event at this particular restaurant at that period of time. And I was really fortunate enough to meet so many amazing activists who were working on different issues within the LGBT community, and they taught me how to stand up for what I believe in and how to use my voice.
Your character sent me to school. I'm an art person because of your character.
Do you have something for this girl?
I do.
Is it Shane?
These ladies know over here. I made a book.
You know what?
I started taking photographs from day one until the end of shooting.
Let me do that.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Our thanks to Kara Sedgwick and Jennifer Beals. Proof premieres tomorrow night on TNT. We'll be right back. Oh my God, I'm shaking.